Well, I think we had a really good day today. Yep. To do a prequel to the adventure that we had. We'll get into being there in a little bit. But I think he's going to be sleeping very good tonight. That was quite the trip we had today. So the first thing we did was, we had plans on going to the doghouse. And anybody that's in Citrus County knows Gail in the doghouse, especially the guys at the shelter. Said she had a benefit for when they had the problem there with the quarantine, and I didn't know about it. I hadn't been out of the house, and I hadn't been there. I didn't know about it, or I would have put a couple bucks in the pot too. But anyway, so we started the day off, got everything loaded up, and went to Lowe's again, my favorite place to go, and took him in with me, took Ripley in, because he seems to like that place. So we bought these two pots that'll match the where is it? In the middle there. Yeah, that Laura Petlum with the 3-4 things on it. What do you call it? Anyway, doesn't matter. So we bought the pots, and I bought a couple more hooks to weld onto the bird feeder stand to get up off the ground a little bit, because the raccoons are still coming over here, even though there was one of them died and I quit feeding them, period, trying to move them away from everything. And one got hit in the road a couple weeks back, and I cleaned him up, and obviously they're still coming over, and they're raiding the bird feeders that are hanging too low, so I'm going to weld these two brackets onto the top there and hang up the stuff a little bit higher. So we went there, and then we hit the flea market, and we bought some incense. So we walked around at the little there's a Chinese store that's always there at the flea market. So they have the bundles of incense for $1 a piece. So I like to pick them up, and I like the smell of incense. And then we hung out at the doghouse and had lunch, a couple of beers. He got into it with NASCAR after NASCAR pushed him a little bit too far. Yeah, he was good. He really did try to behave, and he wasn't giving any grief, but NASCAR kind of pushed it, and when he had enough, he said, all right, time to teach you a little bit of manners, and he did. Luckily, I kept him on the leash because I knew that there might have been a problem, and I didn't want him running wild back there. So that got handled actually 2 times, and I don't blame him. It wasn't his fault, and even NASCAR's dad there said that, he overplayed his hand. And once that happened, NASCAR kind of hid, and like I said, it wasn't Ripley's fault at all. I mean, he put up with it as long as he could, and it was quite a while, and then he said enough's enough and time to cut this shit out. So good biker dog. I mean, got the mentality of the old world, old school bikers, not nowadays. Anyway, that's neither here or there. Anyway, so after we had that, and then we had a good time. Gail took real good care of us out back. I talked with John for quite a while, and you'll see that in the next little cut to where we went there. And then on the way home, finally got the car cooled down after a few miles. It is hot, really hot. And we stopped by a nursery. I wanted to pick up another little bush that matches that round one way over there. And I'm going to get rid of those dollar store urns there because they keep bending and they're made of cheap plastic. You know, they just aren't meant to do that type of thing. And put the nice urns up there. And this is the one that I want to match up. Now this is an older one, very slow growing. And I got the biggest one they had. So, you know, it should do fine. Once they get in the pot, I'll put it in the sun more and it'll grow. But anyway, okay, so enough of that talking. Oh, let me turn my fountain on over here. The sun's been hitting that, so need to get running water going. I turned on the fountain up front early this morning, knowing that we'd be gone, right? And what are you doing up? I thought you'd be asleep by now. I thought you'd be asleep. All right, let's go in. Come on. There we go. All right. That's a good boy. Yeah. What do you want? There's nothing up there. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. So anyway, here's the incense things that I'm talking about. The bundles, you know, for $1 a piece. There's like, I think there's about 30 or 40 sticks in there each. Different, you know, fragrances, if you will. And anyway. Yeah, where are you getting this energy from, kid? I'm not having it at all. And, all right. Yeah. All right, so anyway, I just wanted to make that, excuse my shirtless top, but hey, listen, guys, it's like 100 degrees at least. You know, heat index and everything. I haven't even bothered to look. But, it's very hot, so the less clothes you have on, the better. And anyway, that was the day we had, and thought that you know, it'd be kind of fun for everybody to, you know, that's involved with this to kind of get the drift of what we did. We'll probably do this a few more times in the car. We'll go there sitting out back. And now this is early in the morning too. I wouldn't go this time of day. It'd just be too much. But, you know, early in the morning it felt rather nice there. So, you know, I'm not riding the bike anyway for the next probably month and a half until after August because, you know, there's, in Florida, you don't see a whole hell of a lot of bikes out during this time and the heat wave and everything else. So taking the car is fine, and he can get to go, and maybe he'll get tired of it and, you know, like to stay at home. And anyway, he likes the Kong. He's figuring it out. You know, there's good food in there. I chopped up hot dogs and a little bit of kibble, and it was fun to watch. I should have filmed that, or videoed it. I know, film. I'm showing my age. But there it is. So, a day well spent, a good time had by all. He was a good boy. And we'll do it again. So, let me continue on to when we were at the doghouse, when I filmed a little bit of that crap there. And that probably didn't turn out too good. I was all over the place with the camera. So anyway, let's go to that now, and we'll continue on.
What'd you do?
Good.
Did he have a bone?
He tried again while we were, yeah.
Here you go, baby. You tried to mount him?
Huh?
Help him?
Pardon
You tried to help him?
Well, no, he thought we were leaving and he was going to run him off.
Oh.
He already tried to push the issue earlier by getting, aggressive, and he put up with a lot of it,
Yeah.
and then he decided no more and got down and dirty. And he just did it again, and I think NASCAR is learning real quickly that you don't mess with a big old muscular fighter.
Oh, nice. Look at you, Bertie.
Here we are at the doghouse, by the way, with all the dogs and the rest of us.
The Bertie boy. Oh, look at that. Yes, you be a good
I think
boy.
NASCAR definitely is happy. He can't get over.
You like to come somewhere?
Say hi to YouTube, Gail.
Hello.
Hello. That's the owner of the bar. She's the one that started all this trouble.
That's a good boy.
Yeah, but you know what? You're happier.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah, look
tell
at your
you're
face. His face even looks like it's, yeah.
Last time I saw you, you were fuck this, fuck that, fuck the world. I hate everything. I don't want to get out.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
it's like, well,
That was my natural state of being, though.
I don't live with you, but I saw you going down into a depression. It wasn't good.
No, that's true.
I've been there, believe me, I've been there. Once you get down there, it's hard to lift yourself back up, and sometimes
Yeah.
you need a little something like this to make you get up again.
Yeah, it's more than a little something. He is, to me anyway.
It's a life,
Yeah.
and I think you needed each other. Look at him, see, he likes to
He
be
just lays
like a dog. They like to touch you all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I needed you to sit here with him while I went, washed my hands after eating. Because I knew he'd have a heart attack if I left him out here by himself. So,
He left me again.
oh, he'll get used to it.
Get used to it.
Good boy, come here.
I'll be good.
Yeah. Good boy, sit down. Hey. Come here.
Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, flies are all around him. Oh, he caught one. He caught a fly. Oh, this is great. Hotter than hell out here. But, well, it's not that bad under the shade here. I figured I'd come by this morning, go do a little shopping at the flea market, and then come and have maybe one beer.
Yeah.
And I've stayed for lunch and everything else. Well, John came out, and to quiet down the between NASCAR and John and I like to talk anyway.
Yeah.
So, by the way, this is Pat, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
We are.
Hi, whoever you are. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we're sitting out here. It's nice out here. Of course, if the heat would die down a little bit, it'd be a lot nicer. But we're okay. So I'm gonna have to give him a service dog jacket and call him my emotional support dog, which is a working dog. That way I can take him into every place. All right, I'm getting goofy here. Anyway, all right, I'm going to shut this off.
No.
Poor old NASCAR doesn't want to be back here by himself anymore. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, he pushed the issue. Ripley was good. Put up with a lot of the sniffing and back ending and everything else, and then he just had enough and put him down. I mean, quick. And I had him on the leash. It pretty much enforced the hierarchy of how things are going to be when he's here. So, I get along with him really good. I get his mentality. No, he behaved great, and I can't blame him, and neither did NASCAR's dad here. He was right out here when it happened, and he knows that it's not Ripley that was to blame. So You never push your luck with somebody bigger and stronger and faster, smarter, maybe. And so that holds true for human beings too. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna have the rest of my beer, and I'm gonna take my boy here, and we're gonna go back to the house. So we've been to the flea market, we went to Lowe's, now we've been here. He met everybody, he met Gail, met John, met NASCAR, Pat. That's some of the regular folks that are here all the time. Good people. Anyway, all right, that's it from the doghouse in Citrus County, Florida. So, bye-bye.